Welcome to Comedy Tips with me, Tim Tayag. Gosh, I gotta work on that title because it sounds like Fashion and Beauty Tips with Fanny Serrano. You guys even remember that? That's a Tito reference. Earlier, I did a Facebook Live and I asked some of you guys what you wanted to learn about in comedy. And hopefully I can shed some light on it. Now, there is a question from Timothy Solomon. By the way, you guys haven't seen him. Catch him. Catch Timothy. He's very funny. He's got a lot of political jokes, so catch him at the Comedy Cartel shows. All right, his question is, how do you know what type of jokes to deliver in a crowd? And how do you deal with a joke or a set of jokes falling short of the reaction you expected? Okay, so to answer the first question, personally, I usually categorize my jokes to the basic ones are dirty jokes and the clean jokes. So the dirty jokes, the blue material, which most comedians call it, are the ones that I usually do in bars, open mics. And then the clean jokes are the ones that I do when I get paid to do a corporate show or a family show. But I think the best teacher is experience. As you keep doing shows, you'll get the hang of it. And then you can tell, before you do a show, you can kind of tell, okay, I can do these type of jokes versus my other type of jokes. So it's really just stage time and experience. The second part of the question was, how do you deal with a joke or a set of jokes falling short of the reaction you expected? I think what you're referring to is bombing, yes. And I have bombed a lot. And even the best ones, the best comedians have bombed. I don't know if you've seen the documentary of Seinfeld called The Comedian, where he retires all his old jokes and then he starts from scratch. There's one scene there where he's doing an open mic or something and testing new jokes. And somebody in the audience said, "Is it your first time doing this?" Yes, because he was bombing really hard. So it happens to everybody. How do you deal with it? I read in a book about acting, I think, or theater, that the actor's state, emotional state on stage will be the same state that the audience will be in. Meaning, if you feel nervous while you're performing on stage, then the audience will feel nervous as well. So if you feel comfortable on stage, the audience will feel comfortable. So you gotta have fun, you gotta enjoy it. That way your audience will also enjoy it. So when you bomb or when your joke doesn't work, I think just detach yourself from it. Don't sweat it. Like, okay, well, that didn't work. So if you're okay with it, then the audience will feel like, oh, okay, well, I guess he's okay with it. So we're okay with it. And a lot of times, you just have to just admit, like, okay, well, that joke didn't work. I don't know what I was smoking when I thought of that joke. And usually that letting go relieves the pressure, and then the audience just laughs. So you can kind of make a joke out of bombing. If you're really into it, like I've done this before, you can actually go to an open mic and bomb on purpose. Then you try to save yourself from the bombing. That way, when you do the bigger shows or the paid shows, you're not so nervous anymore because you've bombed before, so you know how to handle it. From Quincy. Hey, Quincy. How would you describe your joke writing process? I think there's basically two kinds of writing, at least for me. One is the serendipitous writing, which is basically when something happens in real life, or you say something, or your friend says something that's so funny that you have to write it down. That's why I always carry a notebook or your cell phone. You can just record it. But that doesn't happen all the time. Well, unless there's a lot of things happening in your life. But also there is the discipline of writing where you really set aside a time every day and just keep writing jokes. I think it was a Seinfeld. There's a video of Seinfeld somewhere on YouTube where you can look at it. He has a calendar and every day he writes jokes and then he puts an X on the calendar when he writes a joke. And his goal is to not break that chain. So I think two things: always carry a recorder or a notebook. If you have any thoughts or funny thoughts or something that happens to you, write it down. And also set a time and put goals like 5 jokes a day, 10 jokes a day, doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if they suck. Most of them suck. It's just that you need to practice writing. Anyway, I'm gonna put some links to some websites that I think are very helpful in teaching you guys how to, improve your writing skills. I'll put it in the comments in the description. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I think I'll come up with more of these episodes. I kind of enjoy these. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. And hopefully I'll have more comedy tips and fashion and beauty tips. Bye.